Hello, this is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That. Today, my topic is potential. Live your best self. And this is taken from my book, How to Have This and That. Chaneta said, you are potential and you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. The problem is that most people don't believe in themselves enough to ever live up to their full potential. This is usually because they have been told by others what they can and cannot do, or they let their surroundings dictate their life path. You are the operant power in your life, and you can live life from your higher self without getting anyone's permission. So why not start now to realize your potential, your full potential? There's nothing to change but your concept of self. As soon as we succeed in transforming self, our world will dissolve and reshape itself in harmony with that which our change affirms, says Neville Goddard. What does potential mean? It means possibility, living from the field of all possibilities, says Dr. Harold Davis, author of Moving the Stars with Your Words. Yes, that's what I believe that means as well. So when someone's asked, are you living your full potential? They actually mean, are you living your fullest possibility? Some of us are living our full potential in certain areas of our lives, but are lacking in other areas of our lives. You may have good health, but you lack love or money, or you may have financial prosperity, but lack free time or peace of mind. You may have great relationships, but lack joy and other things in your life. I think you get the picture, you know where I'm going with this. Usually for a lot of people, there are areas that need improvement in order to reach their full potential, in order to live from having this and that. It's not who you are that holds you back. What holds you back is who you think you aren't. Living from your highest potential is living from choice and not from fear. Most people have barriers, belief barriers that they usually aren't even aware exist, much less how these belief barriers negatively impact us and how they run our lives on automatic without consciously being aware. The key, of course, is to uncover what these belief barriers are that's holding us back, face them, and replace them with empowering, life-changing beliefs. Your fears hold you back from reaching your full potential. So to reach your full potential, you must acknowledge your fears and then act in spite of them. When you do this, you are no longer fearful of what you thought was frightening you. You realize that there were stories that you told yourselves about things that happen, or you think they will happen, or you believe to be true, and which isn't at all. Most of us fear, it comes from our childhood programming. Our self-talk, that we make up these stories of what if, and the what ifs are usually the worst possible outcome, instead of making up stories of what if I was successful, what if I succeeded, what if I was rich or happy, what if good possibilities instead of the worst scenarios. It's all a matter of choice, it's all a matter of the mind. So you have the capacity to harness your emotion of fear and feelings of being overwhelmed and limited and turn them into focused, clear, positive action. Yes, you do. You do have that choice. So, but what some of us keep doing is believing these belief barriers that's holding us back. We tell ourselves the same old, non-empowering victim story over and over again, until we believe it, and what? It becomes our reality. Believe in the suffering and sacrifice paradigm. Believe in the scarcity, only so much to go around. Believe in competition, the belief that there is only so much room at the top and only a few of us can have this and that. Believe in not enoughness. Believe in not enough education, therefore that is the only way to get ahead because you need all this education, not realizing that you have the potential to get ahead no matter what. Believe in needing to have a lot of capital to create wealth. Believe in not enough time to do this, blah, 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 fill in the blank. Other common program beliefs and barriers that hold us back is, for example, I've heard this a lot, including from me in the past, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I just don't have the time. I'm too shy. Things never work out for me. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have enough money. Every time I try something different, it never works out. Why bother? Things never work out for me anyway. My husband, my wife don't support me. I have nothing to offer. I have to sacrifice and suffer, and I really don't feel like sacrificing and suffer to get ahead. These limiting beliefs exist only in what? Our minds. They are only as real as you believe them to be, because as Albert Einstein said, we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them, which means that you have to think differently in order to manifest a different and more positive outcome. In this way, you begin to live your life from your power, from the power of choice, consciously that is, what you want to create rather than unconsciously from a victim mentality situation. Change your thinking, change your beliefs, change your world. Dr. Noah St. John says, a problem is simply a question that hasn't been answered yet. Your mind has what you might call an automatic search function, which means that when you ask yourself a question, your mind automatically begins to search for an answer. This is the power of asking empowering questions. Make sure your questions come from power and not from victim perspective. Begin to ask empowering questions such as, why am I so successful? Why am I so happy? Why am I so healthy? Why am I so prosperous and blessed? Why do I have wonderful relationships? Why do I have an abundance of money? Why am I only attracting good things to me? Why am I a winner? Why do I always win? Why am I living my full potential? When you change your questions to empowering questions versus disempowering questions, you change your life. Oh, of course, positively so too. I like what Dr. Harold Davis said. He said, we have the power of choice to achieve personal prosperity and physical health. Who hasn't dreamed of a life where this is true? There are two ways to respond to such a vision, such as we could stand still and cite all the physical, emotional, and mental, social, economic, and geographical reasons that thwart our progress, or we could identify and remove the personal obstacles to achieve exactly what we want and get out of life. And this is from Moving the Stars with your words. You can go beyond where you wouldn't go before, in spite of your fears. Yes, you can. But how do you do this? You take action. The process of living our full potential can be simple and even easy if we are willing to get out of our own way. You know what I mean? More likely, we have been looking in the wrong places. The answer we are seeking are not found in our outside circumstances in the world. It's found within us. That answer is found within us, in ourselves, who we are and who we be. In short, instead of always trying to get more, why don't we develop ourselves and try to be more? When we align ourselves with the power and the presence within, imagine, think, feel, speak, and act from the powerful space, we begin to live the life from our full potential. That is prosperity, health, wealth, happiness, joy, success, and time freedom to live the way we want, when we want, if we want. Are you living your full potential? Are you everything you can imagine it is possible to be? Do you believe it is possible for you? Are you doing all the things you ever wished you would? Or even some of them instead of just living a life of mediocrity? Do you realize that you can have this and that? Do you realize it does not have to be this or that? You can have this and that. So stop believing in that limiting programming we've been brought up with. Are you filled with self-confidence, self-assertiveness, and self-discipline? As one Zen teacher said, and I love it, he says, if what you've been looking for was where you've been looking, chances are you have already found it by now. So living your full potential means being the best you can be and forever improving every day in every way. Constant, persistent improvement. all the time, every time. Our mind has a natural tendency to look for problems. I know that for a fact. This is why we so often criticize ourselves and focus on our flaws and weaknesses instead of our strengths and power. For many, life has become more about what they can't do rather than what they can do. The truth, however it is that you believe or what you think, this is what's happening for you. Really, you are truly an amazing being, trust me. So ask yourself, what does it mean to live from your full potential? Once you get the answer, you can start to live from that place now. When you're living from your full potential, you have health, wealth, and time freedom all at the same time. What would it feel like to live your full potential? How would your life be different? Contemplate that ideal state and identify yourself with it. No matter what, and watch what shows up in your life. You'll be amazingly, wonderfully surprised. The key is to tap into your inner essence, the highest part of you, to unleash your full capacity for success, love, health, money, joy, business, loving, win-win relationships, anything you want, all the desires of your heart, everything that you need and you want to make life worth living. Tap into your inner essence and live your life from your full potential. Consciously choosing what you want and what you want to create instead of unconsciously letting your automatic program run you. When you live from your highest potential, you will be clear and focused and not confused and scattered. Self-confident, strong and honorable, in tune with the higher self, and using the power of intuition for guidance and direction. You will be clear about what you want, where you're going, and your purpose. You will be master of your money and not controlled by it. You will be happy no matter what is happening around you. Living with ease instead of struggle. Living with integrity. Your word is your law. You'll be fun-loving and free-spirited and happy, and life will be good. You will know that you are greater than you think, and you can be and do much more than you ever imagined. You will finally get to meet the real you. So let me give you some attitudes for living your full potential. Attitude is important. I can achieve more than I think or imagine. I can achieve anything I want. I think only thoughts that support me. I purposely create every moment of my life. I attract only good and awesome circumstances in my life. I am a winner. I am successful. I am financially free, whatever that means to you. I am worthy of everything that I desire. I keep my commitments. My word is my law. You will change the world only when you become the embodiment of that which you want the world to be. Your gift of the world is you. Unless you yourself are not that person that you want to be, you will never see it in the world around you because you are the world. Beyond a doubt, there is nothing you cannot do if you change your concept of who you are and assume your greatness and walk in that greatness as if it is already your reality. If you think, feel, speak, and walk as though you were already living your full potential, you will rise to the level of your expectation of self and find that things will conform to who you desire to be. You can be what you want to be. There is inside of you all the potential to be whatever you want to be, to have all the energy you want to have, all the money you want to have, all the happiness you want to have. Imagine yourself as you would like to be. And yes, you can have this and that. This is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That. Before you go, this is what I want you to do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel below and click like. Share my videos with others and invite them to subscribe to my YouTube channel below and ask them to click like. Check out my fan page on Facebook, Health, Wealth, and Time Freedom. Thank you for being a part of my world. We are one. Yes, you can have this and that. Prosperity, health, wealth, and time freedom is your birthright. Isn't it wonderful? yes, it is wonderful that prosperity is your birthright.